Assalamu alaikum, family. This is Ryan X coming to you live. Hope that you all having a blessed, wonderful day. Hope that you all are doing well out there. Today is Friday. It's the end of the work week. Um, a lot of people say TJIF, thank God it's Friday. Well, we thank God for every day, even the less popular days of Mondays and Tuesdays. We just, every day is a day. Every day that Allah allows us to see, it's another day that He gives another chance to do it right, to do it better than the previous day. So we give thanks and praise to Allah for every day, not just Friday, because this is the day that He has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. With that being said, in the likelihood that you're having one of those days, even on a joyous Friday, like they like to say, always remember this: tough times don't last, tough people do. Keep your hope, trust, and faith in Allah God, and He will see you through. I could definitely bear witness to that. So, getting to the topic for this video, yesterday morning, um, Chauncey Billups, the 2004 Finals MVP for my Detroit Pistons, played point guard. I believe Chauncey is in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest Pistons to ever put on that uniform. One of the greatest players to ever put on the Pistons uniform. Um, Held it in high regard still in Detroit. His nickname was Mr. Big Shot because he hit some key game-winning shots during his time with the Pistons. He was now coach of the Portland Trailblazers. Him along with Terry Rozier, who's a guard with the Miami Heat. His nickname is Scary Terry because the brother could score the ball. They were arrested on mafia-linked gambling and sports rigging schemes. There was an FBI probe into this, and mafia-linked. I believe they said it was the Gambino, the Bonanno, and the Genovese family. I know it was the Gambino and the Genovese family. I don't know about the Bonanno, but those two families was the name. What are two family names I heard was the Gambino and the Genovese family. So, and sports rigging schemes. They said the investigation involved two major operations. Excuse me. One centered on the use of insider information to place bets on various NBA games, and another revolving around underground poker games where high tech cheating technology was used to steal millions from victims. U.S. Attorney General, U.S. Attorney Joseph Nocello Jr. said. Among the defendants in the dual operations are members of four major American crime families, excuse me, as well as current and former NBA players and coaches. New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said. So it's four major crime families. So I know this is the Gambino, the Genovese crime family, probably the Lucchese and Bonanno. So that's wow. Mm, interesting. Um, and so Chauncey was caught up in this allegedly, and so was Terry Rozier, who's currently with the Miami Heat. Both player and coach have been placed on leave by the respective franchises. Chauncey with the Portland Trailblazers, he's the head coach, and Terry Rozier, he's a guard with the Miami Heat. So here's where I stand on this. I'm not surprised by this because when you open up Pandora's box for allowing gambling into professional sports, now they're allowing it into college athletics. This is what you get. This is what you get when you open up Pandora's box to the devil's playpen. And gambling is it's a drug. It's a drug. I dare argue that it's just as bad as heroin, and LSD, fentanyl, crack. It's a drug. It is a drug. I've known people who have destroyed their lives on gambling. It was a brother I worked with when I was in Tampa. Great brother. I'm not gonna say his name on here, but great brother. Um, but he had a gambling addiction. His gambling addiction was so bad that it cost him his marriage. It cost him his home. His wife, I think they lost their home, and he just didn't know when to stop. Even when he lost his wife, he just did not know when to stop. And they lost the home, and he was staying with another coworker. It's like, damn, bro, damn. And the last time I seen him, he was still doing it. Iron Will, salute to you, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Peace and blessings to you as well as your family. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. That's a real one right there, my brother Iron Will. But yeah, so he lost his family, got kicked out of his house. They lost the home, and he was a retired Air Force veteran, 20 something years in the Air Force, and he had nothing to show for it. Gambling addictions, and he used to bet big money. When he won, he won. When he lost, and he lost more than he won. We had another. I know my ex girlfriend's best friend. I'm not gonna say her name. She also lived in. This was also when I lived in Tampa. She used to. She won $14,000. There's a casino in Tampa. What's the name of the casino? The Seminole Casino. The Seminole Indians have a casino in Tampa. Big old. Those of you who've been in Tampa, you know what I'm talking about. It's right off I-4 and I-75 corridor. Big old casino. It's in Tampa, Florida. Seminole Hard Rock Casino. That's what it is. It's a Hard Rock restaurant there, and it's a casino. She won $14,000. $14,000. Guess what she walked away with? Now, mind you, she was there for like damn near a whole day. She just couldn't win her money and take her ass home. She won $14,000. Guess how much she came away with when she finally did leave the casino? $400. She lost $13,600. Let me repeat myself. This chick lost $13,600. She walked away with $400. Her and her damn boyfriend got into a big fight in the casino. Yup. Wow. That's why I don't gamble either, brother. Wow. Yup. I remember my ex telling me about it, and they got into a big. Her best friend and her then boyfriend, got into a huge fight. I think they got into fisticuffs where he wanted to beat the hell out of her right there in the casino. I remember years ago, I was flying from San Francisco back to Tampa, and I had a layover in Las Vegas. And I was at my gate for my connecting flight back to Tampa. And there was a white guy. Now, when you go to Vegas, and y'all, those of you who've been to Vegas, y'all can attest to what I'm saying. Vegas is, as far as I'm concerned, it's the playpen for Satan. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I am, but Vegas is the devil's playpen. I say this because in Las Vegas airport, when you walk in through the terminal, there are slot machines. When you're at your gate waiting to get on your damn flight, there are slot machines right there, staring in front of you, tempting you. So I'll never forget this. There was a white guy at my gate, and he was at the gate where I was at, and he was just playing those slots. Well, I did not ask him this. He volunteered this information because, white people love to volunteer their information. Well, certain things. But so he was like in distress. He was just in such anguish and distress that this man broke down crying. So I'm like, what, I ain't trying to pay this man no mind. So he's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Damn it. And I looked, and he was like, bro, I lost all my money. and I'm trying to win it back. I lost it at the casino, and I'm trying to win it back. I'm not having much luck. I believe he had, his ticket to get home, but he was in a relationship, and he didn't want to tell his old lady that he lost the money. This is what I'm talking about. But before I go any further, hit that thumbs up button, smash that thumbs up button now. Hit that subscribe button so you get notifications of whenever I do videos on here. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. My mother's ex-husband. My mother's ex-husband. He used to go to, well, I think he probably still does. He would go to the casino in Detroit, down there in downtown Detroit, Motor City, whatever, whichever one it was, and he would win. He would play blackjack, and he would win like $70,000, $65,000, but he was greedy. I don't know that he lost, but he was greedy, and he would not share his winnings with anyone. He would win all this money. Greed. He just would stay down there and keep winning, keep winning, keep winning. I mean, keep playing, excuse me, keep playing, and keep playing until he cashed out. But it's greed. And gambling is a disease because when you're winning, it makes you think that you're invincible, that you could do anything. Case in point, my mom's ex-husband. He just thought he was invincible. Kept playing, kept playing, kept winning, kept winning. Also, when you lose, the devil deceive you to think that, okay, play it again. You're gonna win. You're gonna win this hand, and then you lose. No, you're gonna win this hand, and then you lose, and you keep losing, and you think that you're gonna get it back, but you never get it back. And I worked in the casino, unfortunately, and let me tell you something: you will never beat the casino. It's not set up for the players to beat the casino. If you think that, if you deceive yourself, if you're gullible enough to believe that you're going to beat the casino, you a damn fool. That's right, I said it. You a damn fool. You will never beat the casino. Like Robert De Niro character said in the movie Casino, the casino win. The players don't. They suck you in to think that you win, but you don't win. The casino will always win. They will always win. That's the way it's set up. That's why, and I never was into playing blackjack, Russian roulette, poker. I never was into that. It wasn't my cup of tea because the way I saw it, I work too hard for my money. I'll be goddamned if I give it back to somebody. That's the way I saw it. So, however, I will say this. I did play sports bets. I guess it's me being hypocritical. I did used to play sports bets. But with that, I only would bet like $50. I think the most I bet was like $75. So it was money that I really didn't care about. Um, I would go to the in Vegas. That is when I did go to Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas in 6 years, and I don't like Vegas. I don't like it. I would go to the sports cage. Um, the bookies would the people would be right there. I'll get a sheet of paper, like if the Lions were playing Tampa Bay or something like that, or the Pistons were playing the New Orleans Pelicans. I would bet the spread, like the Pistons by 10, and I would circle it, and I would pay my money, give them my sheet. They would give me a copy. I would pay my money, and I got the hell out of Dodge. And I think the most I ever spent was like $75. I didn't win. It was $75. I lost it. End of story. But I even stopped doing that. I was like, no, I'm not going to even do that. But um, like I said, at least three people that I've known, and one person that I saw, three people that I witnessed, have gambling addiction. Well, four people. One was fortunate enough to win, where he wasn't losing, losing his shirt, so to speak. and the other three just, one person I didn't know, the white dude at the airport, and the other two I knew, and it didn't have a happy ending. They just a happy ending with them bet gambling, that is. And people have unalived themselves over gambling debts because they feel guilt. They can't tell their loved ones that they lost everything, and so they unalive themselves. It's sad. There's no happy ending to gambling. There's no positive ending, because even when you win, you get greedy. People don't know when to stop. They get greedy. They want more, 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 more. Greed. It's sad. And then there's stories of people not paying bookies, and then they getting beat up or murdered. It's just, it breaks up families. It destroys wealth. That's a given. It destroys family wealth. Everything you worked hard for. So it's just sad. Even people who have hit jackpots, casinos will claim the machines melt. Yeah, they sure will. Y'all, I've seen that. People have one hit the jackpot, and they will lie and say the machine malfunctioned, not to pay the people that money. Now, mind you, the casino is bringing in billions of dollars, but they don't want to pay the people uh, millions, which is chump change. They will lie and cheat the people. And what you gonna do? Sue the casino? A lot of them are operated by indigenous tribes, and so they don't abide by American law because they're a part of their nation, whatever tribe or tribal nation that owns that casino. They don't abide by U.S. government law. It's their law. So good luck with trying to get your money. See, it's not a good ending. And now here's the part that really pisses me off. DraftKings, FanDuels. You see these commercials every time you watch a damn sporting event, whether it be the NFL or the NBA. You have Kevin Hart, goofy, corny ass. You have Shaq ass. All these former athletes, comedians, um, sitting up here promoting this drug. They're promoting a drug. What's the difference of them promoting fentanyl and promoting gambling? They both have the end result that's not positive, but it's encouraged. Why is it encouraged, and why is it allowed? Because the NBA and the NFL get a kickback from FanDuel and Sports Kings. They get a kickback from it. And then you sit up here and you're advertising it in your arenas, in your stadiums, to young black men who already, they don't know any better. They get a $8 million contract, and then you sit up here telling them, hey, you could gamble, you could bet. Kevin Hart, Shaq, all these famous people, they're promoting it. Mind you, they're getting famous black people to promote a drug to young black athletes. Let me repeat myself. They're getting famous black people to promote a drug to young black athletes. How sinister is that? How wicked is that? The most honorable Elijah Muhammad said, "You can never understand, you can never fathom the depth of the mind of Satan." And this is a great example of that. It's a great example. I just seen too many people get hurt by gambling. Like I seen too many people get hurt by taking drugs in my own family. My uncle, um, my father, my dad, my uncle, cousins. I just seen too many people hurt by drugs. and I've seen a few people hurt by gambling, which is a drug. Y'all remember that show Rock with Charles S. Dutton that was on in the early '90s? You remember Rock's brother Joey, played by Rocky Carroll, who I believe is still on NCIS? Great actor. The brothers and sisters on that show were great actors on that show Rock. And shout out to Charles S. Dutton. Shout out to him. Um, Joey, Rocky Carroll's character, had a gambling addiction. You remember that? He was always borrowing money from Rock. Yo, Rock, I'm gonna bet it on the horses. I'm gonna bet it on the dog race. I'm gonna bet it on the boxing match. And Joey always lost. He lost more than he won. And there was a bookie that Joey was always indebted to, and he was gonna mess Joey up. I think in one episode he beat Joey up. I think he roughed him up in one episode, and Rock had enough. Rock had enough. Joey was not contributing to the household. He was all constantly in debt with his gambling habits, and Rock just had enough. And Rock was like, and I think the bookie came to the house looking for Joey because he had lost, and Joey had to pay up, or he didn't pay up, and time had ran out, and the bookie wanted his money, or he was going to break Joey's legs. And Rock said, Rock told him, he said, one way or the other, you're going to see a doctor, whether it be a physical doctor or a psychiatrist. You're going to see a doctor. So am I going to open this door so this man could break your legs? And I think Rock paid the man off, and Joey had to see a psychiatrist with his gambling habits. And the doctor told Rock, cut him off. Cut him off. Don't give him more money. Do not give him any more money. Cut him off. Joey had a bad habit of gambling. He didn't pay money back. He didn't keep his word. He wasn't helping out in the household. Joey was a talented musician, a trumpet player. Good dude, but he had the vice of gambling. And eventually, he got himself together. He did get himself together by the end of the show. But I say all that to say this. There are a lot of Joeys out there. A lot of Joeys. It just hurt. It's not fair to your family. It's not fair to you. Why take your hard-earned money and give it to somebody who don't give a damn about you? Because it breaks up families. It destroys family wealth. And for Shaq to sit up there and Charles Barkley, but particularly Shaq, to sit up there and say that he's disappointed in Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier is very hypocritical, because your dumbass Shaq, your dumbass is sitting up here encouraging athletes to bet, to gamble, the average man and woman to gamble. Shaq, you damn near a billionaire. You can afford it. Kevin Hart, you are a multi-millionaire. You can afford it. But people like myself and others who out here are hard-working people, they can't afford that. And then you promoting it to the athletes. But then you want to sit up here, well, I'm ashamed of them. They're hurting their families. They're doing this. How dare them? And it makes the league look bad, and it compromises the game. Man, shut up. Shut your big goofy ass up, Shaq. You up there promoting it. And the NBA is too. And they're complicit in this. They're complicit in the drug. The NBA is complicit in it. And so is the NFL. I would not be surprised if months from now, if not years from now, if there's a class action lawsuit against the NBA and the NFL, along with Sports Kings and Draft Duels, was it? No, I'm sorry, DraftKings and Sports Duel, or FanDuel. Yeah, FanDuel. FanDuel and Sports King. I would not be surprised if there's a class action lawsuit against them because of the damage that they have caused. It would not surprise me because y'all are complicit in the drug game. The drug game being gambling. Brother Malcolm said it best decades ago. The white man will sell you the liquor bottle and lock you up for being drunk. Well, in this case, the white man will sold you gambling and will lock you up for illegal gambling. Ain't that about nothing? But this is what the devil does. The devil will deceive you. He will have you thinking you're on top of the world, that you're doing the right thing, and then he will lock you up and say, well, you're cheating. There's no honor in gambling. It's an oxymoron. There's nothing honorable about gambling. That's like saying there's honor in drug dealing. How dumb would that sound? So it's just so, I hate that allegedly that Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and many others have got themselves caught up in this. I just hate it. I'm a big fan of Chauncey Billups. Like I said earlier in the video, he played for my Detroit Pistons. Won them a championship in 2004. Was Finals MVP. One of the greats to ever put on the Pistons uniform. You know, because we got Isaiah, Joe Dumars, Dennis Rodman, Grant Hill, and Chauncey Billups is up there with them. Bill Laimbeer, Ben Wallace. So it's just sad, man. It's just sad. I hate to see it. And this is not the end of it. This is not the end. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And Dr. Boyce Watkins, and shout out to him, he said that Trump is behind this. And what he said was that Trump used to be heavy in the casino game. I don't know if y'all old enough to remember this, but back in the 80s, Trump was owned casinos in Atlantic City, New Jersey. They have since gone under, but one casino in particular was very popular in Atlantic City, and it was called the Taj Mahal. It was on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and Trump used to have boxing matches there. Mike Tyson used to have his matches in Atlantic City because him and Trump and Don King were buddies. They were all in cahoots together. Don King was a buddy of Trump, and so was Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson still is, even though, excuse me, Tyson and Don King have since parted ways, thank God. But Trump was heavy in gambling, and so Dr. Boyce Watkins said he wouldn't be surprised if Trump was trying to get back at the NBA and the NFL with the FBI going after these athletes, because we know Trump is a narcissist and he is petty as a mother. He is petty as an MFer. That dude is the epitome of petty. Epitome. And now he's going on a war path against his enemy. So, I see where Dr. Boyce Watkins is going with that. Thank goodness I never gambled. Yeah, brother. Good. I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing well. Thank you for tuning in, brother Steph. Appreciate you. You're a real one. Hell, Michael Jordan's father was really killed because of his son's gambling. Facts. And that his retirement was an 18-month suspension. I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing. Facts on top of facts, brother Steph. Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince. Yeah, Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince. Tayshaun Prince don't really get the credit, I feel, in my opinion, as being a great Detroit Piston, because he was known for his defense. And I always thought he was the odd man out because they talked about Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, Chauncey Billups. But without Tayshaun Prince, the Pistons would not win the 2004 championship. And why do I say that? because when the Pistons were playing the Indiana Pacers in the conference finals, Reggie Miller had gone up for a layup, and Tayshaun Prince timed it and swallowed that mug out of bounds. Reggie Miller going up for a layup, Prince times it and swats it out of bounds. Yup. Had that been a different outcome, Reggie Miller made that layup, the Pacers probably go on to win that series and probably go on to the NBA Finals. Well, they would go on to the NBA Finals if they won that series. That's why I say Tayshaun Prince was a key component to the 2004 Detroit Pistons winning the championship. We know the other four players were, but so was Tayshaun Prince. But I digress. I kind of got off the track there. But thank you for bringing it up, brother Iron Will. Well, yeah, it's just sad that I just hate the hypocrisy that Shaq want to sit up there on TV and wag his big goofy finger at Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier for ruining their families when you contributing to the drug. That'd be like Avon Barksdale. For those of y'all who watch The Wire, that'd be like Avon Barksdale telling a crackhead, I'm ashamed that you're using drugs. You're ruining your family. When he's complicit in selling the drugs to them. Wouldn't that be insane? Avon Barksdale or Marlo Stanfield, you're ruining your life by taking drugs. You're ruining your family. But, I'm benefited off of it. But you're ruining your family. You're ruining the lives of your family. Yeah, exactly, brother. It's funny. It's funny. It's laughable. It is laughable. It'd be like Tony Soprano running the police department. He's a criminal. It's wrong to sell hot goods. Meanwhile, Tony Soprano is a police chief and he's benefiting off of it. Wouldn't that be crazy? Tony Soprano getting stolen goods from the port of Newark, but he's the police chief of the Newark Police Department. But he want to sit up there and arrest people for buying stolen goods. That's laughable. So Shaq is a big hypocrite. So is Charles Barkley, especially Charles Barkley. This dude was in debt to a casino in Vegas years ago. And you ruined your family by gambling. And as far as I know, you're still gambling. So y'all are big hypocrites. Hypocrites. Charles Barkley, Shaq, hypocrites. I don't want to hear a damn thing about y'all about gambling. And please don't bring Michael Jordan on this subject. He better keep his mouth shut. I hate hypocrisy. I hate it, man. I just hate it. Oh. Hit that thumbs up button. Smash that thumbs up button now. Hit the subscribe button so you get notifications whenever I do videos on here. I think I made my point known on this topic. I hope that I did. If so, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think. Sometimes you gotta laugh and keep from crying, or from keep from being even more upset. Sometimes you just gotta just laugh and keep from being more upset. If so, drop your comments below. If I made my point, got my point across. Let me know what you think. Drop your comments. I would love to see your comments and hear what you have to say about this. Give your take on it. And share this video. Share it, share it, share it. Do me that solid and share this video. Let's have the conversation. Let's flood the algorithm with it, because it's high time that we push back on this drug that the athletes are promoting. So share this video, flood the algorithm with it. Support my YouTube channel. I have other projects coming down the pipeline here soon. I know I keep saying that, but I'm working on that. So like y'all support my YouTube channel here, support those projects as well. It'd be greatly appreciated. And I thank y'all and I love y'all immensely. I do not take y'all support for granted. And please continue to rock with your brother and support him. I really do need it. In the likelihood, and I know there's going to be people who disagree with me on this, especially people who love to gamble, and that's cool. Everyone has a right to their opinion. Let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. Please, let's agree to disagree without being disagreeable. In our disagreements, let's use logic, common sense, facts, and respect, not emotion and disrespect. That'll get you nowhere. So keep that in mind. Brothers as well as sisters, y'all be safe out here. Beware and be aware. Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy now more than ever before. This topic is a great example of that. So whether you going to work, coming home from work, dropping your children off at school, picking them up, running errands, on vacation, or just at home doing nothing, beware and be aware. Now is not the time to be falling asleep at the wheel. We always got to be on the alert. Those of y'all in the Nation of Islam, General Order number 2. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, I love y'all. I'm gonna hop off of here. I will talk to y'all sooner than later, inshallah. Have a blessed rest of your day, and I'm out. Love y'all much. Assalamu alaikum.